Good morning. Good morning. It's 9:09 and it's cool right now, but it's supposed to be 74. So I'm looking forward to it getting warmer. Right now it's a little cool, but it is slated to get warmer a little later today. So I just wanted to jump on really quickly and talk about your thoughts are your reality. And this is something that I got more familiar with. Okay, I'm backing out of the driveway. I got more familiar with this when I turned 40. And I kind of threw myself into this idea, this state. And honestly, it totally changed my life. I don't know how all right, it pulled me away from the internet. My apologies, so it cut out. But I did a live last night. And there was, I believe, a gentleman on the live that kept talking about something that happened in his past and how, he doesn't trust anyone. And so that's just what it is. For the rest of his life, he doesn't trust, I guess, women, and he's not even going to attempt to have a relationship with women. Like, he just doesn't trust. He doesn't, and it could have been men too. It could have been everybody that he just doesn't trust anymore. That apparently something happened in his life, and that has now cemented the belief that people cannot be trusted. And here's the thing I want you to know about your thoughts. Your thoughts are everything. Your thoughts are your reality. So whatever it is that you think, and let's go a step further, not only whatever it is that you think, whatever it is that you buy into. Like, if you buy the thought, if you believe the thought, that is your reality. Everything around you, it has to support that thought. And so a lot of times people, how does this apply to relationships? It 100% applies, because people will, I've had a request to be in the live, but I'm driving, so unfortunately I can't do that. But people will have something happen to them. They'll have a negative experience, a bad experience with dating, with a relationship, a marriage. Something happens to us, and that's life, right? We're all living until we're not. I'd rather be on this side of the dirt. But something happens to us while we're doing what we're doing, we're living, and we, that emotion, that feeling imprints on us. So it is an imprint on us. And we have a lot of thoughts about it, right? We have a lot of thoughts about what happened. We have a lot of thoughts about the person that did it to us, and just what happened to us. And then we imprint that emotion, that feeling on us, but we keep thinking about it. We keep thinking. Thank you so much, Kay Phillips Photography, for buying a badge. I so appreciate you. Thank you so much. And then the thought about it continues, right? So let's take cheating. We're in a relationship. We let our guard down. We love this person. We believe this person loves us, right? Because we have all these good thoughts and all these good feelings about this person. And so we move forward with a relationship with them. And then maybe months or years in, we find out that person cheated on us, or we find out that person's cheating. And now all of those good thoughts, those positive thoughts, those, wonderful beliefs we have about that person, in a minute, in a second, it changes. And here's where cognitive dissonance comes in. So that's the first thing that happens. We have this cognitive dissonance where we're like, wait a minute, two things can't be true at the same time. Like, I can't love this person and think they're great and loyal and wonderful, and then find out this information that they cheated on me. They've been with someone else. They've had an affair with someone else. They've been telling someone else they love them, right? There's these two different things that are fighting against each other. And that's that cognitive dissonance that we have. Like, these two things cannot both be true. And we're fighting against both. We're like, okay, is it this? Is it that? Is it? And we're going back and forth. That's the first thing that happens. But then once our fears are confirmed, once we realize, yes, this person has cheated on me. Yes, this person has been with this other person. They've told them things. They've done things with them. It's true, right? It's true that this happened. And now we're fighting to make sense of it. And if we're not careful, we will clamp down. We'll clamp down on a belief that says something about us, or a belief that says something about that person. And instead of feeling that feeling, and it feels horrible, it's a horrible feeling, a horrible emotion, but feel it, but don't clamp down on it. Remain open so that once you're done feeling that horrible feeling that emotion, you can let that go. Like, don't clamp down on it. Let it go. Let it go. It happened. It was horrible. I've made a decision about what I want to do about it, but don't clamp down. Let that feeling go. And what a lot of people do is they clamp down. They clamp down on that feeling, that emotion, that thought. That thought then becomes a belief. That we have a feeling about that. We act out of that, or we don't act out of that. We clamp down. And once that happens, that thought, that belief now becomes your reality. So everywhere you go, everything you do, that script that's running in your head, that's going to show up. That's going to show up. So if men are all cheaters, if women are disloyal, that's going to show up. That's the script that's running the whole show. Everywhere you look, you will see people that cheat. Everywhere you look, you will see people that lie. And you may have clamped down on that belief to the point where you're not going to trust anybody. You're not going to believe them. You're not going to get into relationships. You're not going to date. All men are liars. All women are disloyal, right? But here's what's funny. Everywhere you look, you will see evidence of your thought. You will see evidence of your belief. You will have coworkers talking about cheating. You will see family members sneaking around. You will see, it'll be everywhere. Shows, movies, everything, podcasts, everything. You will attract everything that is about cheating. The words you speak out of your mouth will define you and your environment. Precisely. Thank you, Garland Stillwell. Precisely. And yet, when I'm working with people on reprogramming their thoughts, reprogramming the mind, like, they're fighting me at every turn. They really believe that it's not them projecting out. They believe that it's what's happening in their environment is what is controlling this. And it's not. That's the hardest thing for me to convince people of. It's not outward going in, it's inward going out. That's the hardest thing for me to convince people, because they're like, yeah, I just was at work the other day and my secretary is, sneaking around on her husband. They really believe that it's the outside circumstance that's making them think this, that's making them believe. No, it's your thought and your belief. And once you clamp down on it, that is an energy. It's a vibrational state that you're in, that everything you see, everything around you, it has to prove that. It has to prove that that's true. So it has to bring you more of that feeling or that thought or that belief. It has to keep showing up. This is true. This is true. This is true. And guess what? It strengthens that thought. It strengthens that belief. See, this is true. This is true. This is true. Everywhere I look. But here's where the work has to be done in you. The work has to be done in you. You have to challenge those thoughts. You have to challenge those beliefs. You have to remain open. You have to say to yourself, you know what? I'm clamped down on this. I believe that this is true, but I need to challenge this thought. All men are not cheaters. All women are not cheaters. All people do not lie or deceive people. Whatever the belief is, right? That's like, you getting a dog barking at you when you're a young child, and you believing that, oh my God, that dog scared me, or that dog was vicious, and all dogs are vicious, all dogs are mean, all dogs will bite me, right? Your mind clamps down on that. And then you send that vibration out into the world, and it must bring back more of it, right? So you don't feel like you're going crazy. It must present more dogs, more people, more whatever, to say, yes, that's true. You're right. All dogs are vicious. All dogs are mean. All dogs will bite you. But that's why it's so important that you stay open. Your mind has to stay open so it can show you things that do not support that. It can show you things that are good. And this is something that I've really started to tweak lately. I've really started to tweak this. You can tweak it with your relationships with people, your friendships, your money. You can tweak it with work. You can tweak it with your family relationships. Like, you can use this for anything. But you've got to work on your inner state. You've got to work on your thoughts. You've got to work on your beliefs. You've got to write down. Sometimes what I will do is I will put a topic at the head of a piece of paper, and I will just write down whatever thought or belief comes to my mind about that subject. So here is a great tool. Here's a great exercise. I want you to put the word money, what I believe about money, at the top of a piece of paper. And I want you to just start writing everything you believe about money, every single thing. And I had a comment I'm just going to go back to. People literally need to write themselves a new script and practice it at least 3 times a day, precisely. Some folks are too quick to run at the mouth and don't realize the impact of their words. Yep, exactly. But write down a topic on the top of a piece of paper and start writing down everything you believe about that. And just write, right? Don't give it too much thought. You don't have to dive all deep into your psyche. Just write. What do I believe about money? And then start writing what you believe about money. Money is hard to come by. I don't have enough of it. Money doesn't grow on trees. You have to work really hard to have money. People who have money are evil. People who have money cheated someone to get money. People who have money, just write down, and then stop when you've run out of things that just came to your mind. And I want you to reread that and ask yourself, wow, are these thoughts, are these beliefs supporting me when it comes to my money? Like, is this going to actually get me what it is I say I want? And if the answer is no, I want you to write through those things, and I want you to rewrite it the way that would actually support you having the money that you want. I want you to rewrite these thoughts, these beliefs, these scripts that we have, rewrite it in a way that's positive, that feels good. Because it can't feel good to walk around saying, all people are liars. All people can't be trusted. No one can be trusted. I can't trust. It can't feel good. Just saying that feels horrible in my body. Just saying the words, people can't be trusted. I can feel it coming up in my chest right now. Because you know what it's sending? It's sending a signal that I can't ever relax. I can't ever feel good with a person. I can't ever know a person. I can't ever be myself. I have to wear a mask all the time. That's what that feels like to me. And that certainly does not feel good. Just saying those statements don't feel good to me. So if it's about women, if it's about men, if it's about relationships, if it's about dating, online dating, I have some scripts. I certainly have some scripts about online dating. I've had to challenge some of those scripts, but I still vote no for online dating, but I've had to challenge some of those scripts to say, okay, this is a thing I'm playing in my head. That's why I like to challenge it. I like to get facts. I like to get data about it to say, okay, is this just a thought that I have, a belief that I have, or is there data supporting this? So I've left that alone based on the data that I've looked at. Like, no, but I want you to really think about this, because a lot of folks are being held back. You're being held back in your mind. You're being held back by your beliefs and by your thinking, because your thinking really doesn't support what it is you say you want. So I really want you to think about this, okay? It also brings on unnecessary anxiety, and that leads to other issues, even health issues. Precisely. But the biggest thing of all is you're not going to have the life you say you want. I work with people on challenging their thoughts and their beliefs. I work with people on like law of attraction stuff. I work with people on energy and vibration and all of that. And what I find so interesting is they have this idea or this script about the life that they want. I have one about the life that I want. But then I have over here the thoughts and the beliefs that I have, that I hold, that I've bought. And a lot of them don't line up with this. Like a lot of the thoughts and beliefs aren't going to get me the life I say I want. And so that's the work that I continue to do. I continue to do that work myself. You're not alone. I'm right there with you. I'm still doing that work. I'm still doing that work relationally. I'm still doing that money work. I'm still doing that work in terms of my work and the things that I put my hand to, my goals and my dreams. I'm still doing that work. I am still running these faulty scripts, and every time. And so what I'm in now, I'm in a state of neutrality. That's something that I've taken on here recently, is just being neutral. So I may not be saying anything positive, but I'm not saying anything negative. I'm just living in a very neutral state. And so I'm very mindful of the words that I use. I'm very mindful to not say the thing that I don't want. A lot of people are saying the very thing that they don't want. So stop saying the thing that you don't want. Garland Stillwell says the mind doesn't do negative. It manifests what you place energy towards. Simple test. Say, I hate yellow polka dots out loud 3 times and go about your day. Your subconscious will shock you. Yeah. It seems a little reckless to believe everybody is a good person or honest person, when in reality, people aren't honest or good. See, but that's a belief that you hold. People aren't honest or good. How does it feel when you say that? People aren't honest or good. Okay? It seems much safer to deal with people on a case-by-case encounter. But again, I want you to be mindful of your words. People aren't honest or good. That's how you're showing up. You're showing up to a situation with the script. People aren't honest or good. So here's how I flip that. I believe that there are good and honest people out here. I believe there are more good and honest people than there are dishonest or not good people. So that feels better to me. And like you said, of course, I'm going to deal with it case by case. Of course, I'm going to discern. Of course, I'm going to be patient. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to see what it is. But just saying there are more good and honest people out here feels better. That's a more positive energy to put out than people aren't good or honest. Trust me, that's going to keep showing up. And that's what people don't understand. When you have those thoughts, when you have those beliefs, that's what will show up over and over and over. And guess what? You'll come back to me and you'll say, see, Anita, this person isn't good and honest, and that person isn't good and honest, and that, because that's what you believe. It has to show up to give you the evidence of your belief. So be very mindful about that. Use your words wisely. Use your words wisely, because you're using your words to cement a belief within you. Hello, Derek Basin. All right. I feel more in control of the encounter until that encounter determines they're dishonest or honest. The Bible says, put not your trust in man. Okay. However, this is also what I want to tell you. I don't believe that scripture says that you cannot trust man, because that's the reason why we're all down here. Like, God is real, but he's not someone that we can see, that we can do life with in the spiritual realm, yes, but in the physical realm, he's not someone that we can ride in the car with and go out to places with, right? That's why people were put here. That's why he put people here. He also put people here because we're all here to teach each other something. We're all here to do life together. And so, yeah, we have to trust people. We have to trust people. That's a horrible life to live, to say that you can't trust anyone. Really? Like, no, that's not a life I want to live. That is not a life I want to live. I want to, and remember, life and love is risk. It is a risk that we're taking. We're taking a risk. I'm taking a risk driving the car. I'm taking a risk going into my office building. I'm taking a risk leaving my house. I'm taking a risk in my house. There are people who slip and fall and die in their house. So life and love requires risk. There's a certain amount of risk that we have to be willing to take to live a really good life and to have love in our life. We have to be willing to take risks. People have the potential for both good and bad. My eyes are open until you show me who you are. Precisely. Yeah. A lot of men come from this angle, and as a feminine woman, I can't be around that mindset. Yeah. And you shouldn't. Like the second I encounter, and my energy can detect it before anything else. The second I encounter a man that doesn't trust women, I'm out. I'm done. Like I'm not going there. I'm not going there because it's like playing a game I can't win. It's like sitting down at a slot machine and pulling that handle and pulling that handle and pulling that handle and never winning. No, I'm just not going to play. I'm not playing that game. I can feel in my body when I'm dealing with a man that doesn't trust women and doesn't trust people. I just don't play. I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I'm totally good. I am totally good. That's people, period. I can get a sense of their energetic spirit that they're like that. They don't trust people. And that's just not a game I even want to play. So I 100% get it. But I just wanted to share this quick message. I'm running into the office. I'm going to try to grab a bite really quick before my 10 o'clock appointment. I'm going to try to have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. I'm trying to decide which one because I'm trying to give up coffee. But I just wanted to share this with you, that a lot of the work that needs to be done in our society, in our world, is inner work. It's inner work. It's not about, 5 texts that'll make a man fall in love. It's not about where to go to find the high value man. It's not about, it's not about the outside stuff. It's really the inside stuff. So many people, your thinking is messed up. How you use your words is messed up. Energetically, vibrationally, you're at a very low vibrational state. And you are creating more of that and you are attracting more of that. But that's a whole nother conversation that I could have. See, then, like I stated, it's the encounter that determines how much you trust or distrust. Okay, I get it. Like I said, but just understand your words have power. Your words have creative power. They are creating your life. Your thoughts are creating your life. Your thoughts are creating your reality. Okay? That's a high vibrational concept. A lot of people will not fully understand that. A lot of people will not vibrate at that high level. I'm climbing up every single day. Like I'm always trying to climb out of the last level I was in every single day. I have to manage my thoughts. I do not let my thoughts just do whatever they want to do. I do not let my mouth say whatever it wants to say. I have to manage it every single day. We're thinking 10, 20,000 thoughts a day. You have to be willing to manage your thoughts. Do not buy every thought that pops into your head. You can't, because you will not have the life you say you want. So, thank you so much. Thank you for buying a badge 623 machine. I appreciate you so much. If you're coming in on the end of this live, I'm going to save it. So be sure and check out the replay. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. And as always, stay open to love.